Okay, get crack-a-lackin'. Sorry for the crink. Give it a couple minutes. I have my special guest today in just a few minutes. I did come on a couple minutes early just to make sure everything's set up. And hi, Terry. How you doing? Hi, Kat. Hope you had a good birthday. Today's Logan's birthday. Logan's coming up here in a minute. So y'all tell him happy birthday. Let's see. Laverne, Terry. Let's see. Keeks. Becky Hernandez. Pamela. Hang on. I'll be right back. I'm live whenever you want to come up. And by the way, happy birthday again. Anybody else tell me happy birthday? That I'll forget. So you can come up. Yeah, that's okay. You can come up whenever you want, Logan. Okay. All right. So, yeah, let's see. Busy weekend. Let's see. Becky, Kat, Pamela. Who else am I missing? CB. Guess what? CB goes, is Logan going to come on stream when they got here? But we went to the lake all weekend. So they're stopping by here. I fixed them breakfast. They're stopping by here on the way to the airport. So they probably can't stay long. And so I'm not sure, maybe by 9 at the longest, they probably have to leave. So out of breath. So anyway, yeah, fixed some breakfast and they're down there finishing up breakfast. And then Logan will come up here and he said he'll be on camera. So I'll put him on camera. Let's see. I don't see Janet. Janet, you out there making coffee? Or are you cleaning the restrooms? So, yeah. Y'all can come in here whenever you want. Watch the cord, though, when you come walk around. So, have a seat, Logan. I'll put you on camera in a minute, just so.
Hello.
Yes, we did have a great weekend.
Yeah.
I sent Janet a picture. I think y'all that were at Janet's on Monday, I sent her a picture at the lake, but I'll show more pictures later because I'm not sure. Annie, she's downstairs still. I wanted to see what time y'all had to leave, probably by 9.
Yeah, 9.
Is that what she said? 9?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, we did have a good weekend. And they just came here this morning from the lake. And they're heading to the airport. So they have 30 minutes till they have to leave. So we got to enjoy the last little bit. Laverne said, happy birthday, Logan.
Oh, thank you so
Kat
much.
said, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hi, Green. So, yeah.
Very cool setup, man.
Thank you. Yeah, here's the camera. I'll take it off the thing and I'll put it on you. Yeah. Come on in, Annie, whenever you want. I think you have to leave by 9. Yeah. Okay. You want to say good morning to everyone?
Good morning.
You can come around and look. Okay. You're not. It's just this is on camera.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So,
nice.
But when the camera comes down, I'll put it on Logan. Mm-hmm. I'll put it on Logan.
What are you going to do today?
I'm going to show this new book and maybe work in my sketchbook. I'll do a little flip because I don't think you've seen this. So I'll flip it while I'm saying good morning to everybody.
Aww.
So let's see.
They're all saying happy birthday.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool.
So that's your sketchbook.
It's my mixed media collage journal. So I knew I shouldn't have closed that yet. That's okay. I'll fix it. There's a couple little things. It wasn't quite dry, and I go, I think it's dry enough. Mm-hmm. Hi, Deb E. Welcome back. Say hi to CB. Hi, Janet. Your life is better. Janet goes, hi, Dee Dee. My life is better now. Mm-hmm. Janet's one of my mods. Janet, Kat, and Tina. I don't see Tina yet. There's
I definitely see some familiar names.
Yeah. Because y'all read the chat before. Yeah. So anyway. Belinda. So I spent a couple minutes saying good morning to everybody. Mm-hmm. And then before we start working on a project.
Cool.
So anyway, So did y'all have fun at the lake, Nene?
Yes, lots of fun.
Yeah. They were asking.
Yeah, Logan got to do
Yeah,
some fishing.
swimming,
Yeah.
paddleboarding.
Yeah. Backflips off the
Backflips,
dock.
yeah.
It was
I do have.
great.
Hand me my phone right there.
A little bit of rain,
Yeah, but that's kind of normal for down here.
but it was nice. So
Yeah.
nice and chill.
Of painting your own like phone case, man.
Do
I've seen
what?
people like paint
Yeah,
on their
I
phone
have.
case.
I've
Are you
had.
done?
I've had them done. I
Cool.
mean, I've put my own art on my phone case before, but not right on this one. I like this one. This is my time traveler guy right there.
Cool.
Let's see. Photos. I'm going to show them your backflip, Logan.
Oh, okay.
You got a video?
I did.
Oh, that's a good one.
He's thinking about it. This was his first attempt, and he didn't want to, smack his head or anything. That was a good one, Logan. So the cats, and I turned the volume off. But, yeah. Hi, AmourFabriques. Let's see who else. Brooke with an E. Annie, Dan, and Logan are here for about 30 minutes, and then they have to head to the airport.
Hello.
And come on in, Dan. Say hi. And you're not on camera. It's just the desk on camera.
Yeah.
No problem.
If you want to be on camera, though, I'm going to put Logan on camera in a minute.
Let me get my coffee.
Okay, hurry back. And he's going, okay, y'all have fun. But anyway, so my robot one continues to stick right there. I tried to fix it, but anyway, so yeah, everybody's saying hi, Logan. Happy birthday, Logan.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, Missy. So I try to spend a few minutes saying good morning to everybody before we get crack-a-lacking. I like this one.
Oh yeah, the lemurs.
The
right?
lemurs,
Love
yeah.
the lemurs.
Terry goes, hi, Dan. She's in England.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, Dan lived a lot. How you spent a few years there, didn't you, Dan?
Good morning. I lived there for 6 years in London.
In London, yeah. So he's telling Samantha, if you need anything, if you need to know anything. So yeah. So Dan lived there for 6 years. Should we tell him what you did while you were there?
Sure. I did a disco adaptation of Midsummer Night's Dream.
Wait, what?
Yeah, look, my son didn't even know that. Wait, what?
What is that?
And so yeah. And now, Dan, what are you doing now?
Now I work for LA County, and I have a private practice where I'm a therapist. I work with couples and families and teenagers, and we love traveling. So we love coming to visit Georgia. We saw a little bit of Nashville before coming to Jackson Lake and visiting Georgia, but we love to travel. We love to go to Hawaii now. That's fun.
Yeah. Janet said, I thought he was an undercover spy in London. And so, Logan, you want to stand there, Dan, behind Logan if I put you on camera?
I don't mind. Whatever he's comfortable
with. Okay, is that okay with you, Logan? Okay, so I'm going to let Logan tell you I'm going to take the camera down. I'm going to cover it up so it's not giving y'all motion sickness. Let's see. Dan, watch that chair, though, because it'll tip. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right. Hello. So here we go. So there's Dan and Logan. All right. So Logan, you want to talk about what you do at school and your wrestling and your MMA and anything else?
It's summer now.
So he just turned 16 today.
Yeah. School's good and going into junior year now. Turned 16 today, which is awesome.
Happy birthday, son.
Yes.
He's a man.
Yeah. What else?
Well, this summer he's going to take a college class.
Yeah. For Spanish. Learn Spanish.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And so what's your favorite sport that you participate in?
Wrestling. I love wrestling, and I've been doing a lot of kickboxing recently. So
yeah, and y'all's teams have won some awards and I don't know what it's called, state champ. What have y'all done as far as awards?
I mean,
this year Logan went to the CIF championships in California, which is a pretty big deal since they have one of the biggest amount of schools that compete in wrestling. So pretty proud of my son. He got a varsity letter as a freshman wrestler.
Yeah.
And then again as a sophomore wrestler, which is pretty rare. And it's not an easy sport.
No, y'all show. Right. They take videos of it when they're when Logan's competing, and we're all, we bite our fingernails, and but he always does good. He comes out.
Yeah.
So
Logan also plays electric guitar.
yeah.
And he actually customizes on a creative note. He customizes Lego minifigures.
I paint the Legos, so that's.
You don't have any though, with you,
I don't
do
think so.
yeah?
I don't have any photos. I should take
Yeah.
photos. I thought about doing.
Do you
that.
have a photo on your phone?
I don't know.
Okay, well, send me them so I can
Yeah.
show you off.
Yeah, he has a desk in his room.
Yeah.
That's kind of an adjustable workbench that he has hundreds of parts.
Oh my
arms
gosh, and they're so
heads and
tiny.
hands and bodies. And what he'll do is he'll customize them to like make them look more like the film character or the comic book character for all like the Avengers or DC or Marvel.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody's saying you're a good-looking young man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So, and if I've shown y'all some of his directing, acting with him and his, I don't know, your friend, I guess your friends or your film producers or whatever you want from school. Yeah. Film production. Yeah. So yeah, he lives out in LA. So that's the place to be, to do that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, has he done any MMA fights?
Not yet. I don't know. I don't think Mom would like me to do that, but we do a lot of sparring at the gym. So we fight at the gym, but not really any fights. But wrestling tournaments, I definitely compete in that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Oh, he's awesome in the wrestling competitions, guys. Well, I've shown y'all some of his videos where he's been competing. Y'all, I show that off to them. I don't know if you know that, but yeah. So do y'all have any questions or anything? Yeah. Tina goes, Logan kicking arson, taking names. Let's see. Yeah, Janet, I'll do that. Let's see. Do you don't mess up your face.
Yeah.
Well, they wear these guards and stuff on their face.
Her daughter's an MMA fighter. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Respect.
Yeah, I have I don't know if I kept the picture. AmourFabriques, her daughter does that, or cool. Does she still do it now? And she got hurt really bad. She was out for a few months. Yeah. Let's see.
No, thank you.
Everybody's telling him happy birthday and everything.
Logan's wrestling coach did ringside coaching for the UFC.
Yeah.
And then his kickboxing coach in LA was a world champion Muay Thai kickboxer.
Nine-time world champion.
Dang.
9-time world champion. So we're trying to at least, let him know how blessed he is to train with those guys.
Right,
and,
right.
I think you get it now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's an opportunity. Mostly his mom just wants him to be tough and just be resilient. And it's going pretty well.
Yeah. He makes great grades in school. And he's going to be embarrassed because we're just bragging on him.
But one of his favorite things, we got him a trampoline for his birthday, so he likes doing flips.
Yeah, and tell him about the trampoline dance. Huge.
Yeah.
Or Logan, one of y'all want to talk about that trampoline?
Her daughter's back in training, so she's good now. That's great.
Okay.
Yeah. No, MMA is a rough sport, and
hard sport.
But it's a great way to train and get in shape and build your confidence for sure, for girls and for guys.
Yeah.
But we put a trampoline in the backyard that's kind of like an octagon. So sometimes his friends get in there and wrestle a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's like a 19-foot trampoline with a sprinkler on top that when it gets hot in LA, you can turn on the water.
And get a mist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all have to send me a video so I can show everybody because they'll be interested in
definitely. It's actually, I think it's a product of Georgia, actually. The Jump Flex company.
Okay.
That's like an endorsement for them, but it's been amazing. Really safe.
Yeah. So, okay, well,
thank you, man.
You're welcome. I wanted to make sure he got on camera. And like I said, they have to leave in a few minutes to head to the airport. And Janet goes, Logan's living large.
Yep. Thank you, Janet.
Living your best life.
Yeah. His other passion is what? Dirt bikes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes riding dirt bikes out on the trails and tracks. in California.
Yeah, well, during the fires out there, it was like just a couple blocks from their
Mhm.
house, and Logan and his friends were all monitoring the neighborhood on their dirt bikes, and
Yeah, we were next to the firemen. We were just next to them. They didn't care. It was just cool.
yeah.
It was-
Well, y'all were keeping track
Chill.
of where it was.
Yeah.
So anyway, but thank the Lord they were safe.
yes.
Yes, thank you, man.
Thank you, man, for having us here.
You're welcome. All
Yes.
right. Well, I'm gonna hang the camera back up.
Okay.
Y'all just say all right, guys.
All right, shout out to everybody online right now.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Dan. Oh, I got this upside down. Thanks, Dan, for stopping in with Logan for a few minutes.
Of course.
And
Thank you for the coffee.
oh,
And the breakfast. Thank
you're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, they just got back from the lake,
Yeah.
and they're heading to the airport. So
Love you.
love you too. Oh, Logan.
You're missing a big hug right
Yeah.
now.
All right, I'll come down, but y'all calm me
Okay.
down before you head
Okay.
out. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Have a
Dan.
good stream.
Thanks, Logan.
Love
I love you. All right. That's fine, Dan.
Okay.
All right, I'll come down before y'all leave. Calm me down, all right? Don't
Will
walk
do.
out the door without telling me. All right. And Annie can come in and say hi if she wants as well.
All right.
So thanks, guys. So thanks for being nice to everybody. So it's been a great weekend. They came in on Sunday and stayed here some of Sunday. Then we went to the lake, and Monday, Tuesday, and then they came back this morning. And yeah, they have to head back out. So I'll show pictures later. So thanks, Kristen. So anybody I miss, hi, Tina. Thanks, Tina, for coming in and saying good morning to everybody. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Yeah, we don't get to see them that often. Well, Hubster and Samantha fly out to LA at least once a year. So they fly out there together. That's their granddaughter, granddad time. Of course, now she's in London. And I think I have a new picture of Samantha. She's in London. I have a couple pictures of her. Let's see. Okay, there's Buddy, and there's it's moving away. There's a Hubster and Dan at the lake, sitting out there living their best life. Let's see. I have a good picture. Here she is. So here's Samantha. There she is in London, living her best life. I think she has an interview tomorrow. She's just been in class this last week, orientation and stuff. And there's one of the pictures. I'm sure some of you in the UK will recognize the areas and the, So yeah, that's all I got right now of Annie. So yeah, but we had fun. Got to see all this side of the family. Hubster's sisters, their aunts, cousins. So there's tons of people. So I know it's her. What is it called? The outfit of the day, whatever that is. OTD, the OTD. Yeah, the outfit of the day. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. Tammy and Makes, Belinda, me. I'm scrolling back now to catch up with everybody. And Makes. Scroll. Hey, Marsh, good to see you. Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw Logan and Dan came in. So if y'all missed it, y'all go back and look, say hi or see them after a while. And, yeah, right, CV. So thanks, guys. I will scrub back through the chat later because I know I missed a lot of intro stuff when we first came in. So let's see here. I do have a couple new things to show, and of course, if they come in or if they're getting ready to leave, I'll run downstairs. Oh, that's way too close. I will go downstairs and say goodbye to them before they leave because they have to head up to the airport. We don't want them late. They have to drive through Atlanta. I don't think their flight takes 12:30, I think. So they have time if they leave at 9. So anyway, but I had them breakfast ready when they got here. So I did get these. I know I have those. What do you call it? Those $19 that we used last week glitter pens. And I'm sorry. I know. I know I'm bad. I love me some Grabby. I'm just saying. I love me some Grabby. I got the glitter pens, the fat ones. And they come in a pack. Of course, I took them out of the pack. And it comes with some little cards that you can practice on. So, but what? Wait for it. Are you watching? Wait for it. Wait for it. Bam. These things are glittery, really glittery. So, let's see. Did I color something else more? Let's see. I thought I did. There goes Hubster out the door, out the garage. We'll color something on here just so you can see. But they are very good, and they're so smooth. Now, I haven't picked off all the tips. This one I did, but they have those little those little rubber tips on them. And couldn't resist these. I saw someone on IG, but they're just so smooth. Let's see. Let me zoom in a little. They're so smooth. And I got them off of Amazon. All right. So just look how, I know you can't feel how smooth they are, but they just glide. And I also saw, let me tell y'all this, I got coming today, View, Cat and Paste, and somebody else in the group already got their Camilla del Greco cat color book. Mine's coming today. So we'll color in that on Monday. Today is Wednesday, but I totally lost track of what day it is. So we'll color in the Camilla del Greco, as View says. We're going to color in that on Monday because it's coming in today. So, it won't be here till later. Let's see. Hi, Barbara. You missed Logan and Dan stopped by. Yeah, I haven't tried them yet. I will. That's a good thing I will test that. Zinjan. She asked if they'd work over acrylic. We'll test that. So let's do that in a second. But I wanted to show you how they're just so smooth. And look, there you go. See how glittery they are? And there's only 18. I didn't overindulge. I don't even know if they have more than 18. But Janet would like these. Janet, you need these grabby glitters. Just saying. Here's all the colors. If you want to take a screenshot of it later. You have them, Joanne? Don't you like? Aren't they smooth? Hi, Angie. You got your disc, Angie? Okay, good. I'm glad. Hi, Nanamo. I don't know how much they are in the UK or anywhere else. Let me see how much I paid for them on Amazon. Hang on, let me go to my Amazon, see if it'll come up. And come on. I can't wait for my Catitude. That's the Camilla del Greco book, Catitude. But Cat and Paste has already done a flip. If y'all want to see it now, not this minute, after the stream, you can see Cat and Paste did a flip of it. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see how much they cost. They're showing up now for $19.99. And they have 42 colors, but they don't ship for it takes a couple weeks to get the 42 colors. The 18, you can get free delivery by tomorrow. But yeah, they're $20. So you're paid about $1 a pen, but they're smooth. They're smooth. So anyway, okay, so that's what I got those. Let's see. So I'll move these. Oh no, I wanted to try it on some acrylic. Let's find a little piece of paper and get out. Where's that sheet where's that black? Where I did the test for the acrylic paint under here. I don't see it. We'll have to do a new one. That's marker, so we got to do acrylic paint. Put in caps if you're talking to me. Make sure you have all messages at the top. You have no, okay. Okay, Marsh. Yeah. Well, you never know. You might need in the comic, you might need some, sparks, Marsh. You might need some glitter sparks in a comic. Okay, let's see. Let me get let's just get some black right here. We'll do a little test. Let's just put a little out here. This one's I have another jar. This one's almost empty, but I do have another one. Let me get a baby wipe. We got to make sure it's dry. So I'll show you this other book. Well, no, I want to go ahead and do this. Let's just go ahead and I'll make it as thin as I can, and we'll get it dry kind of quick. And then we'll test the glitter pens on black, and then let's test them on another color too. Let's see, maybe a red. Let's see what happens on a red. I have not tried them on okay. So we'll let that dry for a second. Let me read chat. Let's see. I set up Belinda. Hi. Well, I can't do it like Denise. Aw, thanks, Raul. Yeah, they're downstairs now. They stopped in. If y'all missed Logan and Dan came in here for a few minutes, and they got to leave in about 5 minutes. So I'm going to do a BRB in a minute for a couple minutes to go give them all a hug. I've been with them all weekend, and they knew I was streaming this morning, so they wanted to come by so I could get Logan on stream. Right, Nene?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, tell him. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Spare room. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Tina. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. And I did get this book. Okay, so Carrie the Crafter who's enabled me on this. Just gonna fess up. So I'm gonna show this here in a minute. And y'all probably I'm sure most of y'all probably follow Helen Wells on YouTube. If Kat wants to put a link to her YouTube channel. I don't know if I follow her on IG. Let me look. Let me see if I follow her on IG. Oops. Helen Wells Art. Okay, I follow her now. I wasn't following her, but I am now. And she's in the UK. And so, yeah. Carrie the Crafter was talking about her and this book. So I found it on Amazon, of course. And so there's her IG, Helen Wells Art. It's hard to see because, it's a phone. Trying to adjust to the camera. So, yeah. Oh, thanks. Kat found her. There's her on Instagram. And here's her YouTube channel. So thanks, Kat. So I'm going to flip through this here in a minute. Let's see if this is, no, I got to get the heat gun. Hang on. That's not going to dry that quick. All right. So yeah, I'll give you a little sneak peek of her book here. It came out in 2020. Oh, you're welcome, Terry. You're welcome. Terry, she wins a lot because she plays a lot. All right, let's move that off here and let's see. Let's just test the regular gold one. And like I said, 3 or 4 of them I've picked off the little plastic thing, and then the rest of them I haven't yet because I just got them in, and I've been at the lake all weekend with the fam. All right, and let's test this magenta one. I know that one's clean. Okay, so let's see. I was going to just write test in there, but I'm just going to try to color a little square. It's going over. I don't know. We'll do a couple colors here. Oh, of course, the magenta is not going to show. Well, it might when we angle it. Let's see what else. Let's do the silver. Let's do the silver one. The silver's real good. The magenta gets lost in the black, but there we go. All right, so there's gold, magenta, and silver. There you go, Zinjin. Let's put a little bit more of that gold down. It kind of feels like it's floating. It kind of feels like the ink is floating on there. But you know what this would be good for, Janet, is illuminated alphabets, illuminated letters. Calligraphy, illuminated letters. This would probably be awesome to go around Yeah, it's real smooth. It feels like it's floating. The silver is the best so far. Let's try a couple other colors. But it would be good, if any of y'all do calligraphy, like let me see. Let me just get a pen here. Let me just get a here. Let's just get a so let's see. I'll just do my initial here. Just a quick something to go outline in a minute. But let's do the orange up here. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's kind of getting lost in the black. I'm sure when we tilt it to the side, but it doesn't really show up like here. Let me show you what the orange looks like. There's what the orange looks like on white. Okay. Janet's going to get him at a 24-hour rule. Okay, Janet. Then here's the gold. The gold's much more vibrant. There from the black. But what I mean is when you can do illuminated lettering, or, if you do brush lettering. Nowadays, everybody does brush lettering. But you could do brush lettering and I'm trying to make it a little thick so it shows up. I wouldn't normally do illuminated lettering probably this thick, but I want it to show up here. All right, let's see. Let's do the magenta so you can see how bright that is. Okay, now let's do the black on the red. Take the little pieces of plastic off. They are very saturated for $1 a pen, right, Kat? Yeah. And they'll have a little plastic tip thing on there just to protect it, I guess, from leaking or anything. Okay, let's see. Oh, wow. And they're so smooth. It feels like the ink is floating. Still got a little bit of that plastic on there. There we go. Yeah. Let's see. Let's try this turquoise. Yeah, the turquoise doesn't really look turquoise. Now it might when I tilt it. You might be able to see a turquoise tinge. But so yeah. What other color do we want to try? A green maybe. Yeah, it's not going to show up on the black. It does. It doesn't. It goes over the acrylic Zinjin, but depending on the color, whether it's going to show up or not. So, are they leaving? Okay, I told everybody I'd do a BRB and come down.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, it was nice to have Logan and Dan. They were on camera.
Were they on camera? Okay,
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, how come you never put me on camera?
You never asked.
Am I too ugly?
No, you never asked. I show your picture every now and then.
Oh, well,
That'll do? Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to do a BRB. Then when we come back, I'm going to show this book. So go get you something to drink. I'll be back in a few minutes. I knew this was going to, I knew I was going to have to do this to stream this morning, but I hope y'all, understand. Okay. I'll be right back. guys, I'm back. Get a sip of my water. Did they behave, Cat? Oh, and hi, Cat and Paste. I told everybody, Cat and Paste, that you got the new Catitude Camilla Del Greco book and that you did a video. Mine's coming in today, so I will we'll do something with it on Monday. See, Mars, you might need them to do that, you know, sparkle, that flash in a comic. All right, let's see. Let me back out one. So yeah, they're gonna call when they get checked into the airport. So yeah, for $20, I would recommend these. So I don't keep any of the plastic or anything. Y'all know me. I rubber band everything up and put it on the pin wall. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll put this up under here in case somebody needs to see that again. Let's see. Oh, thanks, Angie. Thanks, guys. Yeah, Logan and Dan were on camera a little bit ago. And he's like me, no makeup on, you ain't getting on the camera. No pictures. So anyway, but I did show the picture of Logan doing his backflip. Let's see here, photos. Okay, there's Hubster and Dan. There's Hubster and Dan. And let me show you the video. Here we go. Good times at the lake. So anyway, I think I sent a picture to oh, here they're out there kayaking and paddleboarding. One's on the paddleboard, one's on the kayak. Dan's in the kayak. And let's see, I think I have the one I showed. Janet. Maybe. Oh, here it is. So there's Dan walking down to the dock with all the floaties. So yeah, we did fishing. Everybody caught a bunch of catfish and brim and stuff. So, oh, and Janet, before we do anything else, I know I got distracted. For those of y'all that participated, thanks, Angie. Let's see, who else am I? Yes, I'm getting it today, Tina. My Catitude comes in today, so I will color in it on Monday. But Cat and Paste, if y'all follow Cat and Paste on YouTube, she did a flip of it already. So if y'all want to see the inside of Catitude, she's done one. Tina, have you got yours? Have you started coloring in yours? Let's see. I didn't see whether Tina did. Oh yeah, Cat and Paste and Tina are talking about it. Yeah, I'm sure it's the nice, her books. I'm sure you have some of her books, right? She's getting it just released. It just released like a couple days ago, Tina. Of course, I wasn't here. I was, at the lake over the weekend. So mine will be here today. So we'll color in it on Monday. Let's see. It was Jen. You'll get yours tomorrow. Okay. All right. Yeah. And y'all, so y'all go follow Cat and Paste, and she does amazing coloring anyway, and follow her on, IG. And Tina is an amazing colorist too. And Tina is, Catacomic 64. Tina, you can put your link into IG if you want. So, anyway, look what I got, Janet. I got my, and of course, Denise participated and she sent Samantha hers for participating too. But I thought I'd show you what she sent me. Do y'all want to see what I got? Thank you, Janet. Janet and I hosted Janet did all the work. Yeah, but Janet and I hosted the artist trading card passport theme. Is Janet, are you there? Janet. I got my ATCs. So, and she put them all in sleeves. She put them in sleeves. So these are the ones that she sent me. And she sent us 11. I think I got 11. I think everybody got 11. But I think maybe it's 10 or 11. So anyway, these are the ones that there she is. So Janet hosted it and she's shown them all the last couple months on the beginning of her stream. She streams every Monday, and she's shown when we were doing the swap every Monday when new ones would come in, she would show the new ones she got in. And then on the stream before last, on the first Monday of the month, she showed at least a couple of everybody's. So yeah. So these are the ones that I got. So she's shown them already. I love the chickens. This is the one from Miriam. Is that Miriam's ant creature? So yeah. So thank you, Janet. I love them. And I think then I got these two here. So yeah, and then that's the backs of the rest. So thank you. I love them all. It's so fun to participate. And then Janet put them all in this is why we wanted y'all to send a business size envelope to mail them in. The size is a business envelope, because that way, if you do a swap and put them in the baseball card sleeves, they just fit right into a like that. So thanks, Janet. And yeah, and I got the pencils for Cam. Yeah. So thanks for hosting it once again, Janet. And also, I know today's Logan's birthday, and thanks everybody for saying happy birthday to him. Cheshire Cat, Maud, Cheshire Cat, her birthday was Sunday. So happy birthday again, Cat. Sip of water here. Okay. So Expressive Sketchbooks, like I said, Carrie the Crafter is the one that told didn't tell me. He told everybody about Helen Wells and her Expressive Sketchbooks book. This came out in 2020. It's a matte paper. I'm not going to show you the whole book, but I will show some of it. The ISBN is 978-163-159-8357. Of course, if you get it off of Amazon, just put in Expressive Sketchbooks Helen Wells. But if you wanted to get it somewhere else, now you have the ISBN. Oh, well, never mind. Okay. All right, so I'll just do a little bit. Like I said, it came out in 2020. It's a quarto book, and first published 2020. Yeah, Expressive Sketchbooks. Like I said, it's all matte paper. It's all matte. Let's see if I can. Let's see what it looks like. I guess it looks okay. Yeah. I'm looking at the camera and looking here to make sure that let me brighten up just a tap to try to get it to match, So anyway, the introduction, what is an expressive sketchbook? Chapter 1, magic and motivation. Chapter 2, getting going. Chapter 3, techniques for exploring and experimenting. Chapter 4, growing your ideas. And chapter 5, practice and progress. So, and I think there's a picture of her somewhere. I think there's a picture. Well, you'll probably see her if you go on our YouTube channel. So what is Expressive Sketchbook? Nurture and creativity, incorporate art into your life, experimentation and discovery. I'm just going to show y'all a few of the pages. It's a little, it's not a shiny book. So the matte printing is not as vibrant, as you would in a shiny book, but it's perfectly good. Magic and motivation. Why develop your own sketchbook practice? Keeping a sketchbook will help you to cultivate your own self-expression and creativity. This chapter is designed to help you unpack any obstacles and barriers that may be blocking your creativity. It will also help you understand your reason for starting a sketchbook and what you'd like your sketchbook to be. Look for tips on ways in which you can reflect upon and document your artistic interest and inspirations. And y'all know, or maybe not know if you haven't been around for 15 years, this is the kind of books that I read, take notes, and I usually give away. Because they're eye candy, but they're also the kind of things that I'll write down stuff out of them and I like to share. So this will probably be a giveaway book. Now I got to say, it's not going to be sent over. It's not going to be an international send. It's got to just be a US. I mean, it's a pretty big book. Look, here's the back cover. If y'all want to read the back right there, you can take a screenshot and you can read the back. Thanks, Flo. Hi, View. View, I was talking about you and Cat and Paste got the Reco Catitude book. Mine comes in today, View. It comes in today. I'm going to color it on Monday. You want to do a color along, View? So yeah, mine comes in today, so we'll color on Monday out of the Catitude. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to just do a little bit of flip and then I'll flip thumb flip it. There she is. I think she has longer hair and wears glasses now. This is 2020, so this was 5 years ago. So, but anyway, she does a little bit of mind mapping there, and lots of showing the supplies and books, and so yeah. And all kinds of techniques and practices and what you can do. So yeah, especially if you are new to art journaling. Oh my gosh, this would be, I wish I would have had this back when I first started art journaling. You know what I mean? So yeah. Seeking inspiration inside, outside, mixed media. So doodling. So y'all can get an idea, because I'm telling y'all, if I don't see flips of books and I'm thinking it's kind of on the fence about it, and you don't get to see on Amazon flips of them like you used to be able to do, and then you don't see it in the store, you get, well, should I buy it? Has somebody done a flip through it? I think it helps promote the artist and the book, and any book, not just an art book, but any book. It helps promote the author of the book, especially if you can't get any window to the inside of their books on Amazon or anything. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little bit with that. Hi, Shelly. Who else am I? Tina's going, la, 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 la. And Tina, I hope you and Kat get y'all's thank you books this week. Hopefully. I sent them book rate, so they should still be there this week. Okay, so there we go. That's Expressive Sketchbooks. The only other thing, like I said, I was gone all weekend, so I haven't done anything all weekend in the art, I did just do a little flip again of my this book, my art, my mixed media art journal. I don't know if I want to work in this. I do have some different things pulled. I have a few things cut out over here. I love this, but I haven't cut him out, so I don't want to use him. I could just glue him down and paint around him. I can paint around him quicker than I can cut him out. You know what I mean, Vern? So I don't know what y'all feel like seeing today. Like I said, have no plans, because I knew that the family would be stopping in, so we can start a page in here. You post on, I think. Okay, Okay, no, I did not see. I've been out of kind of. I mean, I tried to just I caught a little bit of stuff online, but not a lot. I'm going to go over to your IG now, Tina. Let's see. Cata comic. Okay, all right. There you go. So Tina got her activity book. Oh, I got to tell you though, Tina, Denise came over before I mailed it. Remember she was here? That when the weekend of that I before I gave these out, or when I gave them out and then she came in. Uh, anyway, she saw this book. She goes, "Oh my gosh, I love this book." Well, I got it at Barnes and Noble. I don't know if they have it at my I don't know if they have it at my Books a Million. I said, well, they have it. I got it at Barnes and Noble. I got it. This one's for Tina. She goes, oh my gosh, this is an awesome book. So Tina, you beat out Denise on that one. Let me hit the like. And Kat, Cheshire Cat, I sent her the book of scrapbook, the scrapbook papers. I know. I'm glad you like it, Tina. Thanks for being an awesome mod. You and Kat. And I guess Janet, too. I said Janet, a wood measuring tool. So just so y'all know, Janet got the wooden measuring tool. Okay. So I guess we could, I might just glue this down and paint around it just to, I really, it's going to take me, it'll just take me a second. When you paint around in a collage, it's best to tear because it'll blend in better. Y'all tell me what y'all want me to do today. Like I said, it is a hectic, weekend since they came in Sunday. And this is the first time I've sat down here to do anything. So, but I'm just kind of just following my finger here to tear it without tearing too much into the octopi. Let's see here. What's this? Why don't let this ad go away, ad. There we go. Let's see. Nana Mo. Who else am I missing? Yes, she is View. Do what you are. Well, I'm not. Here's the thing. I've had lots of creative jobs over the years. For y'all know I used to design back in the 80s. Can you believe that? Back in the 80s, I used to design cross stitch books for Cross My Heart Cross Stitch Company, and then after that, when we after that job, I was a visual merchandiser for a major department store for many years. And then when we moved down here, I went to work as a visual merchandiser, decorating, the stores, doing the mannequins, that kind of thing. At another location down here, when we moved down here. And so my point is when you have jobs like that, where you have creative jobs, you have to be creative on the fly. Your boss doesn't say, well, do you feel creative today? How you feeling today? Do you feel up to being creative today? No, they give you an assignment. Okay, the women's floor needs all redoing, and it's got this theme. Here's the new merchandise. Here's the new clothes. There you go. Go be creative. Decorate it. Now, of course, nowadays they don't decorate stores like they used to. Maybe in New York or something. But, your department stores, because, the malls. This was all in the malls. The same thing when I did. Let me see here. Let's see if I can find my books. I keep them up here because sometimes people hear that. Sometimes people ask. I have two of them here. There's other ones too, but this one was from 1987 and this one was from 1988. This one won the best cross stitch book of the year for the whoever judges those things back then. And you have to remember, back when we did these, we didn't do this on computer. We had big sheets of paper with these squares in them that were like a coated paper with the technical pins. What were they called? What was the brand name? I'm trying to think of the brand name of those technical pins, Janet. that there were always, you had to clean them, and there was a pain in the butt to clean those things. And this is all done by hand. This is not computer generated. These are hand, every one of those are hand drawn. Konor, thank you, Janet. This is all hand drawn, people. One little design at a time. And then we'd put an overlay, like a clear overlay mylar over the top, and do another layer that would end up being printed in red. And that was supposed to help prevent people copying it. Back then, it probably did. You know, you color copy anything, but back then it would help prevent these being copied on a copy machine, right? Because the red wouldn't pick up. So all the red is done on a mylar layer. And so anyway, yeah, so this book right here, this one was designed, Cross Stitch Designs adapted from original artwork by Dee Dee Willingham. So first off, but before you get to this stage, my boss, the owner of the company, we're going to do an endangered species. Okay, we want to do, and she might have given us a list, I don't remember. We're going to do a bald eagle, a peregrine falcon, a gray wolf. We're going to do these animals. Okay, and we're going to make a book with these endangered species. And I think in this case they're all. I think I did. Let's see, did I do all these? In this one, I might have done all these, but you'd first start out with a piece of graph, like not tissue paper, but graph paper that was big. Okay, big graph paper, and you do it all in color pencil. Everything done in color pencil to the size, to the scale, right? And these are much bigger. Like this is probably half of what it really was, maybe. I can't remember exactly the size, the scale, but it was bigger than this. And then they'd shrink it down and put it in the book. Not too much because you wouldn't be able to see it. Some of them are hard to see as it is. And then, of course, you got your little key down here. It's all DMC floss colors, right? All DMC floss colors. And to print. But anyway, so you do all the color pencil with on that kind of tissuey like graph paper. Okay, you'd color it like all the colors, and then you would take that and look at your graph, and then you translate that over to your big sheets of clay coated paper, and then you'd go in and we all had our chart. We had the flop out charts of all the DMC colors, and we would decide, okay, the beak has like 3 shades of yellow or gold or whatever, and those colors, and we'd go down here. Oh, well, we wouldn't go here, we made this up, but we'd look at the DMC floss chart and we go, okay, we're going to use this number, this one, and an X means this, a line means that, a dot means this, and you'd have to translate. Remember, all this is by hand. None of this is computerized. And so then you would translate the colors on the DMC flop out chart. It has little threads. It had all these little threads. Some of y'all cross stitchers, you could buy those. People that did a lot of cross stitching have those charts. And you would match up what you thought the closest would be to the color of that beak or the eye or the wings. Like right here, I don't know if you can see, look how many different symbols. Every symbol is a different color. Every symbol is a different color. There's hearts, there's E's, there's M's, there's white dots, and then you did the overlay with the red, and then those, like I said, that helped prevent the copying issues. But in this case, there's, I don't know how many colors. 2, 6, 9, maybe 15 colors, because it's a peregrine falcon. There's it's a lot of browns. Well, here, let's see, here, there it is, right there it is, finished. And then after we did the charts and they sent it off to the printer and printed everything out, then we would send them off with the stitchers. The stitchers would get all the colors. We'd, get all the floss together, all the different flosses, and think how many they may need. And the Aida cloth or the linen or whatever they were going to stitch on, and we'd send it out with a stitcher for a couple of weeks, depending on how complicated it was. Like this one, I'm sure took a while to stitch, and then they'd bring it back for the photography of the book, right? So that was I worked it here. So my point in saying all this is my boss didn't say, Dee Dee, do you feel like coloring today? You feel like drawing a wolf today? You know what I mean? You just did what you had to do. And that was the same thing when I worked in visual merchandising. My boss didn't say, we're going to do, let's just say, 4th of July is coming up. We're going to do a 4th of July theme in the men's department, in the men's department. We're going to do a 4th of July, but you can't go too overboard because, anyway. And we had all kinds of props, and and flowers were big back then too. When I was we'd make our own flowers, flower arrangements, but you just did it. You didn't get to say you weren't creative that day. Let's see. Alian, scuba dives. Hi, new coloring binging your page. Oh, thank you. I'll go follow you later. Monday, I'm going to color in the new Catitude by Camilla Del Greco. And if you want to see that book, go check out Cat and Pace. Let me find her right here. See if I can find her here. She's still here. I'll click on her name because she did a flip of the book, and View did too. Here, there we go. There's Cat and Pace. So go follow Cat and Pace if you want to see the new Catitude Camilla Del Greco book. Okay, mine's coming in today, so we'll color in it on Monday. So thank you, Tina. I got that from View. So anyway, sip of water. Hang on. Of course, cross stitch kind of, went the way of other crafts too. Although, it's still around, but it's not as popular as it was back in the 80s. Right. And then Mom got into it. Grandma. I still have some awesome pieces by Mom and Grandma. And of course, as they got older, their eyes, I could not do cross stitch. I'll wear trifocals. I could not do cross stitch again. I mean, I could, but it'd be a strain. You know what I mean? And so it's, and really, to be honest with you guys, I don't like sewing. I do not like to sew. I've never owned a sewing machine. Except that little crafty one that I gave to Boo, and she didn't like it. She said, I got my grandma's big Singer. I don't want that thing. I think Denise gave it to a crafter or something. But anyway, I don't sew. I do a little bit of hand stitching, like I make the prayer pouches, and, I can hem a pair of pants, but I did not enjoy cross stitching. I remember one time when working here, one of the stitchers canceled at the last minute, and it had to be finished by Monday to go to the photographer. And it was a complicated, it wasn't what's her name, Beatrix Potter, but it was similar to that kind of a style thing with lots of florals and animals. And I had to go finish that thing, and I had 3 days. Oh my gosh, I worked like 20 hours a day to finish that thing. I think that's the only stitching I did for the company the time I was there. I don't love cross stitching. So anyway, but I like the designing, I like designing and all that. But now it's probably all done computer. Now it's probably all AI, if they even do it anymore, AI generated, or, they probably just slap this octopus on a scanner and tell it to turn it into X's and O's or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's probably way simpler. I'm guessing. I don't know how they do the books anymore. So anyway, hey, honey, what's up?
So, Annie told me this morning that she was talking to Logan in front of Dan, and she said, so, Logan, whose side of the family is the coolest? My side or your father's side? He went, oh, definitely your side.
Well, he says that, but when they're with Dan's side of the family, and that question comes up, oh, your side, Dan, Dad.
Probably doesn't come up on his side. So I'm going to probably run down and give you some gas and check your mail.
Okay, thanks. Okay, see you in a little bit,
Thanks
honey.
for great breakfast.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad I timed it just right, didn't I?
Sure did.
I got the breakfast was as soon as I walked in the door, the breakfast was sitting on the table. You can leave that open. Thank you, honey. He's gonna go run some errands. So anyway, yeah, I had the breakfast ready when they got here. Okay, so let's see if that's gonna fit on a page. Maybe I might have to trim it, but all right, let's go find a page. Let's find a blank page here. We'll just glue. We'll see what else we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna glue this down and paint around it, and we'll see what else we do. Okay, so Keeks and my grandma taught me how to cross stitch. It's only one you know how to do. Let's see. I really like to learn how to sew. Have a mini machine, but I'd love to have see. And I bought that little craft one, thinking I was going to maybe use it for Barbie, to make my Barbie clothes for Barbie photography. But I'm gonna be honest, guys. When I wanted a Barbie photography outfit, like I did the pirate outfit, for instance, or I did the Bride of Frankenstein. Well, go on my IG and you go through my Barbie photography. But anyway, I just wanted to do the photography for the scenes and the settings and all that. I didn't care nothing about the clothes. I wasn't going to dress them up and play with them. I just wanted to photograph them and then take those clothes off and move on to another outfit, right? So most of the time I'd have them pinned in the back, paper clipped, maybe a stitch or two. Everything is like, or tape, double-sided tape. My outfits are all just taped and stapled together for the photography. I mean, of course, I use real Barbie clothes too. But if I wanted something like the pirate or, my, what do you call it? May the 4th, where I did Obi-Wan Kenobi, or something like that. Ben Kenobi, when I made his outfit, it's all taped and pinned for the photography. Let's see. Jonica. Who else am I missing? Ellen. Thanks, guys, for being here. All right, let's pour out a little. Let's move these chairs out of my way here. Let's pour out a little matte medium and do a little something. Oh, here's some fish. Maybe we could do something. I have a few things just sitting over here that I just fussy cut out one day. I don't usually do too much fussy cutting ahead of time. Oh, you know what, though? This phone. This needs to be on here. That needs to be in here. Let me, I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out that center. So if you have any question, put it in caps. Oh, you'd like my Barbies, Nanamo? I haven't had time. Yeah, I can't say I haven't had time. I've prioritized other artistic projects over and above the Barbies. I did over 100 Barbie photographies, and it's not that I ran out of ideas. It's just not my, I did so many of them that, for instance, when 4th of July comes up, I've already got a great 4th of July Barbie set of pictures. Why do I want to do another one when I've got those? I've got 4 or 5 or 6 great 4th of July Barbie pictures. So if I do post it, I'll just repost the ones that I've already done. So I've done so many, I've done all the holidays. I did Sista and dating her date. Y'all know that one. Let's just go ahead and let's cut this right here so I can kind of wrap the cord around here. Let's just cut that. So we can wrap the cord around somewhere. I'm not sure where yet. I don't want to cut these out yet either because I don't know if I'm going to use them. But let's just glue him down and see and paint around him and see what happens. The glue, the hem glue stuff. Yeah, Tina. Best way to learn how to sew. You're asking me? I don't know, Ellen. I don't sew. That's what you must have just come in. That's what I was saying. I've never owned a sewing machine except for one little craft one. I think Grandma had given me one when she got upgraded hers. I never used it. And then when she got her nice new Singer, Samantha inherited all the sewing machines from my mom and my grandma because I don't sew. So yeah, she does. I showed y'all last week all her her little cinch belt things last week, and I haven't talked to her in London. She's been in class, and Denise said, I'll ask her the next time I talk to her what her Depop is and all that. So I can't even tell y'all that right now. So, and I've been gone since all weekend. So yeah, what day is today? It's Wednesday. See, I don't even know what day it is today. All right, so let's go ahead and glue this in here. Let me get my wax paper. If y'all have questions, put them in caps. Now I'm gonna glue this down and paint around it, and we'll see where it goes from there. Let's see, brush. Don't have one over here. I was gonna say, don't forget Janet's Wednesday. Since I didn't stream, I hardly ever miss any streams, guys. In 15 years, I've probably missed this many streams. So when I miss a stream, my whole week is thrown completely off. Hang on, sip of water. I don't have my lemon water today. I just got bottled water. So my week is totally thrown off by not streaming on Monday. So, all right, let's just go ahead and glue this down. So I'm going to put down my matte medium on the base. So yeah, Monday though we will color in the Catitude book. I'm just going to put some on the back. It does matter. You really do want to put the matte medium on the base, on the back, and over the top. It really does help to keep it wrinkle free. Anything hanging over the edge, I will just trim off. And then after you get it all matted down, it's also just as important to take a card or some kind of something to mash it all down and get out all the bubbles and wrinkles. Alrighty. Yeah, I think Logan was excited to be on my stream because he does pop in and watch every now and then. Y'all seen him pop in and say hi to y'all every now and then. And so it was nice that he got to be on stream. All right, let's see. Because, Cameron and Samantha, of course, right now, Cameron's in Wyoming and in Yellowstone, and Samantha's in London, so they won't be on for a while. But before I put this in the water, I get off any excess matte medium. All right, let's see. They still have cross-stitch kits with the pictures. I don't know, Ellen. I don't look for them. The ones I showed from 1987 and 1988. Then I went on to a whole nother career after that. So I don't know. Probably, but I don't really look for them. They still sell DMC floss. I inherited all my mom's DMC floss. I've got buckets and buckets of DMC floss. And all I ever really do is make my little prayer. Here's the sample one. All I ever really do is make my little prayer pouches, these kind of things, and hand stitch them. This is about all that I sew, unless I'm just, fixing something. So, yeah. All right, let's see. Dee Dee, you should post picture that you're going to color from Catitude. We can color. Okay, I could do that. I could post on Instagram the one that I'm going to do, and the cover, and promote her book, and then we can, if anybody wants to color along. Let's see, Cindy Daly. Yeah, I did post in the under my weekly book post. I post a book every week under the post tab. Used to be called community tab. It's called the post tab. I post a book every week. I did post a book, and I did say, remember, I'm not streaming on Monday. So let's see. No, I don't. That you saw, I showed you my prayer pouches. That's what I buy your. If y'all would like any kind of cantha cloth, any sari fabrics, any kind of, the jeweled fabrics and all, I buy all that stuff from AmourFabriques. All right, hang on, guys. Hang on. Hang on. I'm not saying I don't love the fabric. I didn't say I don't love the fabrics. I'm going to show y'all something here. I'll do a giveaway. We'll do a little giveaway today. All right, let me just finish this real quick. So, I get my fabrics from Selena at AmourFabriques. And I know she's got some quilt fabrics now. I'm not buying any quilting fabrics. I don't quilt, and I'm going to resist. But when she flips up those sari silk fabrics, it's hard to resist. But I have a lot right now. Let's just set this aside for a minute. Let's take this off for a minute. We see. Scrolling. Aw, thanks, Tina. Yeah, I've made quite a few of them. I don't make them as much as I did. I have posted a bunch of them on Instagram. If anybody wants to make those, y'all, I'm sure everybody knows. If you like to sew, all right, here, I'm gonna give y'all a challenge. Y'all want a challenge? Let's see. I'm just trying to scroll with anything I miss. The only sewing I do is your bowls. Well, Angie, I love your bowls. Let's see. Yes, they are so pretty. So I organized these. Well, I had Cameron and Samantha help me. I don't want to lose this little phone. One day, I said, I got to figure a way, because I had piles. I had bins. I had the plastic bins of tubs of fabric. I said, I'm never going to use them when they're like this. That's like my room when I've done a little kind of mini tour with just the camera flipping around in my room. Everything has to be out. So it looks like there's a ton of stuff in here, and there is, but it's all in the open. That's why it looks so much, because everything's on a shelf where I can see everything. If I don't see it, it's not going to get used. So I broke down a lot of the fabrics that I bought from Selena. So I have cantha cloth, and these are sock holders. So if y'all have any little fabrics and stuff like that, and you want to figure out if you're not making giant quilts and just little things, or like the prayer pouches, these are sock drawer holders, to put your socks in. Now I don't do that, and I don't even have that in my own sock drawer. but it's perfect for, like, here's the cantha cloth. You can tell the cantha cloth because it's got the stitching on it, right? And I also have buckets already. I'll go get one of those in a minute. I'll show you that in a minute. But all right, so I have some cantha cloth in here. Here are my velvet ribbons. Here's different velvet ribbons and silk ribbons, and like here, like this kind of stuff. This that I use in the prayer pouches. See, now that's all jacked up. Anyway, so again, there's that. Then I have laces. I have one for just all laces. Then, here's some of my sari silk fabrics. Right, Tina? So these are different sari silk pieces. And of course, this is about how much I use I've trimmed them down and cut them down and folded them for the prayer pouches, right? So I'll use a piece of this on the front and then a cantha cloth on the back. Okay. So I think we got off on a rabbit trail. Hang on. I also make the scrolls. I'm not going to talk about how I make the scrolls today because that's a whole nother thing, but I do make prayer scrolls as well with the parchment tucked in to the scroll. This is my sample one. And I do sew those beads on. These are not glued on. This is all sewn. That's all sewn on. So I do know how to do a little bit of sewing. I just don't love sewing. But anyway, so I won't talk about the prayer scrolls right now. But and the prayer pouches that I make are more, there's more to them. I add more stuff to them. I always get these little pins. I use all different kind of pins that I get at Hobby Lobby when they're on clearance, when I can get them for like $1 or $2. And I put one of those on there, and then they have a little pouch. This is a stretchy string, and then I put a prayer in there. And then I can have tassels. Some of them have tassels. Some of them have lace. They have all different kinds of things. And then I just whip stitch. I whip stitch all around the edges so they don't fray. So you see like that. But you can make them any way you want. Okay. You don't have to make them. Let me see. I'm scrolling. I got to get my chat up to date here. Oh, now sister makes quilts. Yeah. See, I know, Nanamo. So I would never make a quilt, but you can make a little prayer pouch, and you can add any kind of decoration on the front. You know what I mean? Any kind of, but I think I might have, let me just go look. Let me go see if I have any little bag. What I do is I make up the little baggies ahead of time, like 10. So I have them ready to make up if I need to. Hang on. Let me go in here and see. So I have the different sock drawers I just pulled 4 of them there. I didn't pull all of them. I just pulled a few of them. So what I do though is, hang on, make some room, and I brought in this so I could throw in some of these little, I don't even know what this is. It's just little things of fabric. You can get it. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby. They're just little strips of fabric, but you don't have to use these. You can use, any kind of strips of fabric. And then again, little lace on the bottom. So, and then this is one, I have one open somewhere. I don't see it right now, but this cording, it's, and I buy it on sale because this isn't cheap, but you don't use a lot of it for one. So it's elastic cording. Where's the end? Anyway, it's elastic. Not that you wear these, but it's just kind of nice to have a stretchy string. So I cut the cords, and I make up, I'll show you in a minute, little baggies ready to go. Are y'all still with the tour? Oh, thanks, tell him. Do you sew? Tell him, do you sew? Hi, Jackie. Hi, Devin. Devin, you missed Logan and Dan were on camera earlier. You'll have to go back and watch. They had to head to the airport. So, thanks, View. She'll send you in one of your bowls. Okay, I will. Hang on, Angel. I have to go empty one out. Just a minute. So, this is a stretchy string that I use just to put on the cord. Again, this is my sample. This is like my first. Now I do a little. They're on Instagram. If you want to see them, they are on Instagram. Let's see. I didn't see if tell him sews. Do you sew? I don't know. You'll have to answer. Okay. So anyway, this stuff is like 20. Yes, it's $20 for this whole thing, but there's 100 yards. There's 100 yards on here. So, you you will, probably never use up. Okay. So anyway, and I'm showing all this because I want y'all to go visit AmourFabriques. Go visit her YouTube channel because she has specials on, but her Etsy channel, her Etsy shop is where she sells. It's where I buy the Kantha cloth and where I buy the sari silks. Okay. Okay. All right. Tell him. All right. So this is all stuff from AmourFabriques. Okay. Plus I have just the appliques, like I saw one here a minute ago. Or here, like this kind of thing. Appliques like this, these are good to put on if you don't want to have a jewel, like a pin on there, you could put like an applique on them. See what I'm saying? You can decorate them a gazillion ways. I just started making them because I loved her fabrics. No liner. It's just Kantha cloth and whatever, see, it's no liner. It's just the inside, it's the opposite side of the fabric. They're two-sided. The Kantha cloths are two-sided. You can line them if you want. See, that's what I'm saying. You can do, thanks, Tina. You can make these any way you want. So, this is just how I make them. All right, but let's move that. Let me show you this. Here's my sewing box. This is what I sew out of. So, this is from the squares from Selena. Here's my pins and a little pins, scissors, and then different needles are just stuck on here that I use for sewing. Here's another little sewing pouch. I forget if I got that from Keisha's auction. I'm not sure, but anyway, so here, and then here's some of the stretchy. And then there's a few like black and white in here, but I have I have every DMC floss color 10 times over because I inherited it from my mom and my grandma. So, and that's what I sew with. I don't sew with spools. I only sew with DMC floss, and I separate them into 3. So that's what I sew with. No, I have no spools. Well, I can't say I have them. No, I might have one around here somewhere. These are spools of fabric, but I do all my sewing with DMC floss. Okay, so let me show you how I organize it. So here's how I organize. These are my sewing scissors. They stay in here because they are not used for paper ever. They stay in here, so just to make sure. So what I do is I cut them down into prayer cloths, a prayer pouch size. Then here I got, what? I think I'll give away a couple that I already have made up. I don't think I only have 2 made up. I might only have 2 made up. Okay. Maybe I should do it without the beads. Well, no, it needs the beads because I don't show that here, but now I add beads on here. I add beads. So if you look at my prayer pouches on Instagram, you'll see they have beads right here. Before you sew, because it's all one piece, right? This is all one piece. So before you sew this on, you want to put your beads on. So I'll show you the ones I got samples of here. All right, so here's just some cut pieces. Is this interesting to anybody? I don't know. But anyway, so here's some Kantha cloth like this. So see, it's double-sided, so you can pick this side. And then here's another. There's all kinds. She has all kinds of stuff. So then you can take these and you just back them like this. And I just whip stitch. And you can whip stitch them in pink, green, match your pouch. They don't have to be this exact size. They can be long. Then you can add fringe. You can add lace. You can add, all different things. See, here's a square one. And so I've got them cut down so that you can, let's see, this one, I think I had to go with that one. You see what I'm saying? And they're just little pouches. And, but look how beautiful the fabrics are. So these are just some little pieces that I've cut down ready to do something with. Okay. So what I do is then I go from these and then I break it down even further into these. All right. So this is a complete ready to make kit. Okay. So everything's in here that I need to make a kit, including the little jewel. All right. So like this, look, I've already added this to the bottom. You can add any kind of trims. So see, this is sewn right there. That's sewn on there. I got to trim it off there. It's best if you just tuck that in and not cut it, because otherwise you could lose your beads. If you have beads like that, you want to just tuck that in and sew it so that the beads don't get loose. Does that make sense? Yes, these are just baggies that I got. I think I got them at Hobby Lobby during a Valentine years ago. I don't even know if they make these, but they're just baggies that I use for for Valentine's Day. But I put them in here. Okay, so then what you do is here's what I got all made up. So I got the beads on here. So there's 3 beads on each side. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll sew, and I pick the color, this gold color to sew with, and then you just tuck that in and you sew that. I sew this in, like whip stitch this in, and then that's covered up, and then you whip stitch the outer edge. Y'all take notes. So if you want to make somebody a prayer pouch, I don't have this like copyrighted or anything. Y'all go make prayer pouches and make them and give them away. I think I need to call enable. I know, Brenda. I know. She's my fabric bud. Okay, so these will come down like this, and you can tie a knot if you want them to stay in place. I don't think I ever do that. I just let them kind of float. But anyway, so there, and then you just whip stitch around it, and then you add some kind of a jewel. You can either sew it, like this has like holes in it. I could sew it, or I could just fabric tack it on there, but I'd probably put a couple stitches just to make sure. And so there's that. See, that's all there is to it. And then, like I said, this one has some little fringe. You can add lace. Like on this one, I have lace. So, and you can make them any size. This is just about, let me get a ruler. These are, I keep them small. So this is 3.5 by 4. This one over here, I think, is a 4 by 4. Yeah, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, not including the lace. The lace is an extra inch. Okay, tell you. So, so there's that one. So just to kind of show you, I got one more in a bag. I think what I'll do, though, is if I do a little kit to giveaway thing for y'all, I'll just give y'all the fabric and some cording and maybe some lace. And then y'all put it together how you want and add your own, some kind of a trim or, well, maybe I can find some. I probably have some appliques. Instead of you don't have to add a big, jewel pin. You could just add an applique, like I showed y'all this, like this. You could just add a fabric applique instead of a jewel to it like that. Okay, so that's one that I have because it's got beads. I don't know if I want to mail beads, and all that. I just want to put this in an envelope for you. All right, so then this other one, here's another sample. So here's the, the DMC floss color I'm going to use. Here's the cording, and then there's the beads. Don't want to lose the beads off there. Let's get them, the edges. So I usually put 3 on each side. These are just those beads. You can buy them, a box of them, a bundle of them. They're always on sale. Get them on sale. And so here's what I got on this one going. Again, this is just taped right now. It's not sewn in yet, but I'm going to sew that to the inside. So this one has that. And then the black cord, and then this one has this little cross that I'll sew on. See, they have the little loops. These are the costume jewelry that you get in Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann's. And I did tell Aunt Beck about it. She didn't answer me back, but I did see that Joann's surrendered all their properties to Michael's. So Michael's now has all the properties of Joann's. Now, does that mean they're going to have, I don't think that means that their stuff is going to be moved to, I don't know what that, all that entails, but Michael's is now the umbrella and took in all of Joann's properties. So yeah, so there's a little cross, you know, and you can get them when they're 50% off, you know, or on clearance. You get them for a couple dollars. Don't go buy them when they're $10 each. They all go on sale all the time. So be looking for them. So, and then I was going to sew with that color, you see? So, and then there's the back. So I have these ready to make when I need a prayer pouch. So I don't have to, if I need a prayer pouch kind of quick, I don't have to go, you know, start from scratch, although I'm going to use some of these for the giveaway. And then I've got, look, bags of cut down lace. I think this was I might have got this, I'm not sure, one, maybe it was Keisha's auction, I don't remember, but it's just a bag of lace. Here's, like, see, look, beads, and then all kinds of, what else do I have in here? Oh, here's some trims. So, and again, I don't want to mail trims because it, you know, but anyway, see, look, you can get all kinds of trims like this to have hanging. I'll give y'all some lace so you can add lace. So I just got all kinds of fabrics in here. And then this is my sewing kit and my samples and some other pieces of fabric. So, all right, so let's go ahead and make a couple kits up real quick. We went from collage to kits. All right. So let's see here. Let's get some of this lace here. So you can make, all right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make up 4 little kits. 4 little kits. I won't put them in baggies. I think I'll just put them in envelopes with cardstock. I think that'd probably be the best. So I think as long as I don't put any beads there or anything like that, I should be able to also do an international. I won't get them too thick. But here's the thing, I'm gonna request this of you guys. When I do the giveaway, if you're not going to use it, don't participate. Only if you're going to use it for something. It doesn't have to be a prayer pouch, but if you're going to use it for something, okay? Don't participate just to win, and then, you know, participate to make something. Please. You know, I'm going to request that. Okay, so I'm going to make up 4. I'm going to do 2 U.S., 2 international. I love doing my giveaways, and I didn't do, you know, I wasn't here on Monday, so thanks, everybody, for missing me. All right, so what I'll do is let's put up some cord. I have one of these open somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. Let's get to the end. Here we go. So I'll just kind of measure eyesight here. Let's see here. Probably about that much. I don't know. Is that a yard? I'm not sure. Okay. But it'll be plenty. It'll be extra. My sewing scissors. So let's cut 4 of these. So just make something, you know, and really, you know, make it for somebody else. Make something and give it away. Be a blessing to somebody else. I'm not saying you have to do that. You do, you know, you do you, but I would like this to be for somebody that's going to actually sew something with it. And then if y'all don't win and you want some of these awesome fabrics, go see Selena. Not sponsored, just love her. And again, these are stretchy cords. You don't have to use this. You could, if you macrame, you could macrame a cord. There's so many things you could do, right? All right, so I'm going to give everybody enough to make 1. So I'll just have to bear with me while we make these little kits up real quick. All right, let's move this out of the shadows. All right, so I have pieces here. I need some cans of cloth. These are kind of applique squares, and you can cut this down into a couple of different ways. You could cut that off. You could layer, you know. So this is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to try to make. I'm going to give everybody this thick. Let's see. Let's find some here. Let's go with that. Okay, so there we go. So there's some. I don't know what this is called. Selena, what is this called? It's like. I don't know. It's thicker. I don't know if it's an Indian quilt thing or if it's I don't know. Anyway, if you go on her channel, trust me, you will find a ton of stuff. All right, so there's one of those for everybody. Then we want to, I gotta get a little organized here. Get some, I'm going to give y'all enough to, mix it up and do something, whatever you want to do. All right, so then I want to let's get an extra piece of sari silk stuff here, and then we'll get some lace and some cantha cloth. I'm excited. Sorry, Judy. Hi, Judy. Yeah, I had the family from LA here over the weekend. They just left this morning. If you missed the beginning of the show, they were on stream today. Okay, so here, look. And I love doing this kind of thing. I love matching it up. Do you know what I mean? Like, look at this. Isn't that stunning? Look at that. And you could buy, if you buy this stuff, you can use it in your art journals. You can use it as trim on edges. There's so much you can do with this stuff, guys. Y'all are all creative and been around all of the art journaling and creative, sites forever. So it's not like you're going to have a hard time figuring out what to do with all this beautiful, but look at that. Look how that goes with that. Shh, let's just take a minute. Look how pretty that goes together, right? All right, that one will go with that one. Let's see what we can find for this. I'm just looking in my bin here. I've already trimmed down, ready to go. Let's see what we need in this one. I think I need to cut this one down. I'll cut some of this red down for that. Let's cut a piece of that red. See, some of this is big. I mean, I cut it down, but some of it's still. Let's see. This could probably have that pink and that orange, or does it need? It's not the same tea. Oh no, this needs to go with this one. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. All right, so we're going to put that with that, and then all right. So let's get something different. Let's get something different. This one. Oh, this pretty gold. No, this gold. Look at this. Shh. Let's cut this in half. Telling y'all, people. Look. See? Isn't that stunning? I know, right? Tell him it would be. All right, so there's those three. I just need something now for this one. It needs a dark blue. It's a dark blue. Maybe that. It's not very big, but it's perfect color. Let's see. Do I have another dark blue? I don't have one in here, so this might be it. We'll go with that. All right, so we'll go with that. Now I'm going to get y'all a piece of cantha cloth for like the back. The back of it. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm excited. All right, let's see. This one, it's got red and dark blue. I'm just going to and I don't have all of them in here. I just have some cut down in here. So let's just see what I can find. Well, no, maybe, no. That's not big enough. That would have been good, though. This is not all of my cloth. It's just, this is what I have cut. Do you know what I mean? This is just what I got cut down in here in my sock drawer things. Okay, this will work. This color here. Okay, so let's cut some of this down. And y'all have to trim this down and make it, I'm not patterning it for you. Do you know what I mean? I'm just, so this would be good for that. Okay, so that looks so pretty together, doesn't it, guys? Oh, all right. Now, does this one go with anything? I think I'm going to go with that. Okay. Let's trim it long ways so you can have a variety to pick from. See? All right, we got those. It's hard to see on camera, but let's gotta get our cords there. All right, now this one. Just scrubbing through. Oh, look at that. Okay, see, I want to keep this one. No, I'm gonna give it away. All right. Here's how I'm going to be fair about it. I am going to, because I can't really let y'all pick. You know, I guess I could, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put them all in the envelopes so you don't know what you're going to get till it gets there. All right, this one could use some teal. Could use some of that itself. It could use that too. All right, let's cut a piece of that off. All right. And her inventory changes all the time, guys. You can't go in and say, oh, that blue piece that Dee Dee showed on stream, can I have something? No, don't do that now. Her inventory changes like hourly. All right, so there's that. Now, I don't know where I didn't bring any these appliques in here. I don't know where my appliques. I can go take a quick look. And they're in the other, all this is in the other room. Okay. All right. But I do want to put some lace. So let's get a little, lace in case you just want to add it on the bottom. You don't have to, you can add other trims that you might like, right? But I'm going to give y'all a little piece of lace. I'm going to give y'all a couple different ones so you can pick. So let's give y'all each a piece of this lace and what else? Another lace. Let's look through here, looking through the lace. Here. No, that's too. Not the right thing. Here's some brown, kind of the brown. Let's do some of this kind of khaki color lace. See? And don't ask me to sell these because I'm not going to do it. I don't want a business. That, you know, if you want all this nice stuff, go see Selena. I don't want a business. All right. Now, the only thing that I really want in each one, y'all going to have your own thread and your own beads. I really want some kind of an applique. All right. Let me go take a quick one. I don't want to spend too much time. Otherwise, y'all might have to find your own appliques. All right. Let me go haul this in here and go look. I'll be right back. Okay, I think I found some appliques. Oh, thank you. Thank you so Selena. Thank you, Selena. You're so sweet. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. That'll help pay for the shipping of these little packs. So y'all make sure and go follow AmourFabriques. I'm telling you, if you want any kind of cool fabrics, trims, sari silks, kantha cloths, quilting stuff. I'm just saying, she has an actual warehouse. She has a warehouse by her house, and it's huge. She's done a tour of it before, and so anyway, all right. Let's see what we have in here. Look, guys. Ooh. Let's see, which one does this match the best? This one, maybe. I'm going to give y'all some of my nice appliques. Let's see what I got here. Oh, now I don't know where I don't know if this was from Selena, but this matches some stuff. I think that kind of goes with that. So we'll put those little flowers in there. Let's see what else do I have here. I'm looking. I got a bunch of, some of this is just too big, you know. I got to dig around in here. Let's see. But look, there's just so much. This doesn't really match any of this, but look at all the kind of trims you can use. All right, I'm trying to find flat things because this has got to go in the envelopes. What else do I have here? I got this one with the blue and the purple. Okay, let's put that one in here. Where's my scissors? Okay, there's those. And 4 in there. That one's got that. Let's see, what else do I have here? I need something with reds or something. What do I have in here? Ooh, that's pretty. That's kind of thick. I might be pushing it. This is a little puffy, but look how pretty that is. That matches perfectly. I'll wrap it up and hopefully it won't be too lumpy. We're gonna try. All right. But this is when you find fabrics and trims like on sale, because like I said, this is as far as I sew. I don't sew more than this kind of thing. Hang on, let me get some black papers here. Cut these down and fold them. Hang on. One thing at a time here. All right, so let's see. And I'll just put 2 stamps. We'll be good. I'm thinking. What does that say? Purple. Okay, so I'm going to fold a piece of black cardstock. Is that 1 or 2? That's 1. And I think that's the right size. Let's see. Perfect. Look, 1 sheet of cardstock folded in half. All right, so what I want to do, especially for this one that's got this dimensional kind of thing, I really want to make sure, this is going to, I'll put extra stamps. So, all right, where's the other piece of lace? There's another piece of lace here. Where is it? I thought I had another piece of white lace. What did I do with it? Did it fall? Did I? I don't know where it went. Where'd it go? I don't see it. All right, let me go snip another piece of cream lace. Hang on, I gotta go back in here. Okay. We're not getting far on our octopus, are we? Our collage. All right, there we go. All right, so there's that one. And then I put it in this card, and it's just like a thick card. You know what I mean? And I'll put extra stamps on it, so. All right. Okay. Let me hang up my little sample and move this stuff out of my way here. Oops, my pin fell off. Came unhooked. See, it's an actual pin, so you could take the pin off and even use the pin if you wanted. Let's pin that back on now. This is my sample one. This was the first one I ever designed. Okay. All right. Gotta make sure and keep my scissors in the fabric bin. All right, let's see here. I hope y'all aren't too bored. Make sure to set chat to set the live. Yes, thanks, Tina. Y'all are giving the information on the giveaway. Okay. So we got this. I want it all to fit, A cord. And y'all make them how you want. You don't have to make them like mine. You can make them however you want. Okay. Cord, the lace, appliques. Try to keep them. Is that going to fit? Yeah, it's flat. Keep everything as flat, as possible. This fabric. So y'all make something pretty for someone that would really need it or could use it, in their life. Do you know what I mean? That's why I make them. I make them for people that really, really need them. Okay, and then the last one here. Not looking at chat. I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff. Let's see. Scrolling. All right. Let's see here. These are beautiful. I mean, I would love to have any of these. I picked them out nice for you guys. Again, you know, shout out to Selena for, this is where I get this stuff. Most of it. I mean, like some lace. You can get lace trims and you can get some stuff at other places. All right, so I'm going to mix these up. All right, so nobody knows what they're getting. Nobody knows what they're getting. Speaking, I got a magic trick to show y'all. I have a magic trick to show y'all. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. We got them all. Okay. All right, so we're going to do 2 US. Oh, I got to go get my iPad for the random.org. Hang on. Be right back. Okay. Get my random.org. I'll still with the tour. Hi, Riri. Anybody else coming in I missed? Been a busy, kind of hectic morning here. All right, let me get to random. Okay, random. All right, random.org. Here's our little number generator. All right, so what we're going to do, we'll do international first. Not that it matters. Nobody knows what they're getting. It's going to be a surprise. All right, international only. 1 to 100. When I type in go, put in one number. Don't change your number, move your number. First 2 people closest without going over. Okay. Yeah, make sure you have live chat selected at the top so you see all the chat. Me, Tina, we'll see all the numbers, but if you want to see everything, you have to have live chat selected or you will not see all the numbers, okay? Wait till I type in go, one number only, first 2 people closest without going over, okay? Okay, international only. International only. Okay, then we'll do US separate. That way it gives everybody kind of a fair shot. And again, Janet, I love my ATCs that you sent me. If y'all get your ATCs in from Janet, let her know if you want. You know, you don't have to, but you know, let her know that you got yours in. We had, I think she said 41 people participated, which was good. 41 is a lot. I gotta fix this chair. Went down again. Went low. Went down. There we go. Let me fix it. So 41 people, I think, participated. All right, international only. If you're not international and you put in a number, take your number off. Oh my gosh. Or let me know if you aren't, and at the end we'll go with the next person. All right, you ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Don't dilly-dally, dawdle, or lollygag. 1. Okay? Everybody got your numbers in? Okay, here we go. First 2 people closest. Let me bring it back up here. first 2 people closest to 85 without going over. 85. 2 people closest to 85. Let me scroll all the way back. Okay. Let's see. Tori got 73 and Joanne had 69. So I think it's Tori with 73 and Joanne with 69. Am I correct? Y'all double check me. Tori's in Ireland, Joanne's in Canada. So that's what and I'm not going to show you which ones you get. You'll be surprised. I don't know. I don't know which ones y'all are getting. Okay. I don't even know which ones you're getting. So, and I'll of course seal them up and, address them. Okay. So there we go. Tori and Joanne. Now we're going to do USA only. Let's move these out of the way. Again, I don't know who's getting what. Okay, USA only. Same rules apply. 1 to 100. Wait till I type in go. Okay, wait till I type in go. First 2 people closest without going over. Now I want y'all to make something with these, Okay, 1 number only. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Tina. You're welcome, Tori. All right, wait a minute. Wait for it. Wait for my go. USA only, 1 to 100. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my ball's crinking. I don't have my lemon water on ice this morning. I made breakfast for everybody before they left to the airport. So, yeah, the lemon ice water did not get made. All right. No dilly-dally, dawdle, lollygag. Then we'll go back over and I'll paint out my octopi. And then that's probably it for the day. I'll go spend the Hubster's off today. He's not back yet. Let's see. No, he's not back yet. He's out running some errands. We spent the whole weekend at the lake. So, all right. We had to come back every day and feed the cats, of course. Back and forth. It was not far. It's only, I think, 35 minutes. It's only 35 minutes, so it's not too bad each way. All right, get your numbers in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me get random.org back up. Okay, let's pick a new number. 37. First 2 people closest to 37 without going over. All right, scrolling all the way back. First 2 people closest to 37. Oh, it's going to take me a minute. Hang on. Y'all can help me. All right, let's see. I'm looking for anybody that's, all right, Dawn got 32. Anybody else in the low third? Oh, and Jennifer McKinnon has 33. So I think it's Dawn P. I think, y'all double check me. Is it Dawn P and Jennifer McKinnon? Which Jennifer, I don't think I have your address. If I do, I don't remember. So I'll need your address. Okay, so Dawn P. I know I have Dawn P.'s address. And Jennifer, I'll need your address. I mean, you might have won a long time ago and I might have it. Is that right? Anyway, I know who it is there. So Jennifer, here's my email. I don't share your address with anybody. I don't put you on an email list. But there you go. All right, so there we go. Did we get it? Okay. All right. So did you grab my email, Jennifer? Okay. Oh, thanks, Tina. That was the last. It was just like a spur of the moment, and I don't know what anybody which one anybody got. So, you're gonna get what you get. How's that? And don't forget to, if y'all missed Kat's birthday on Sunday, our Cheshire Cat, Maud Cheshire Cat birthday was on Sunday. So thanks again for being a great mod, Tina, Janet, and Cheshire Cat. Okay, let's see. Hi, sister. Hey, girl. Hey. Let's see. Anybody else? Say anything? Okay. Oh, thanks, Riri. Riri sent me a book. I don't have it in here. Riri sent me a Steve Allen book from was it the 70s, Riri? Oh my gosh. It was like when Steve Allen did a PBS show. I forget the name of it. Maybe Riri will remember. But she sent me a Steve Allen book from the 70s. That girl. And it looks very interesting. It does. So, all right. I see you, baby. I see you, honey. Malibu. All right, so let's see here now. Let's move this out of the way. So congratulations, everybody. I will get that out. What day is today? It's Wednesday. I'll get it out by at the latest Saturday. So the ones, because I really want to take them to the post office and weigh them, but otherwise I'll just put 3 stamps on them. So, all right, let's so let's go back to our octopi. If y'all missed today's show, you have to go back because it's like a lot of hodgepodge of stuff. Oh, well, I need this back in it. So I am going to paint it. I'm just going to paint it black, I think. Should I just paint the whole thing black? I don't know what I'm going to do over here. Why don't I just paint the whole thing black? So we can collage on top of the black paint, I'm not going to do that today. All I'm going to do the rest of the day is paint around him, and then I think we'll go for the day. And Hubster will probably be back shortly. Let's see. I need to brighten this up a little, don't I? And yeah, it's okay. Color's a little off. Let's see if I can fix the color a little. Color, brightness. That looks pretty good. All right. All right. All right. Should I clean this one off? This one could do with the peeling. There we go. These are just coffee lids, Folgers coffee lids. See, they always look cool, and I don't ever use them, but all right. Oh, thank you, Tori. You didn't have to do that, but thank you. Thank you, Tori. That's sweet. If y'all don't follow Tori, Tori does some awesome digital Procreate movie anime. So yeah, y'all go follow the Artful Dabbler on Instagram. Guess which tentacle has the sugar cube? I don't know. There's a sugar cube. I was going for the vintage phone, Judy. Oh, thanks, Riri. Riri, you didn't have to do that. You just sent me a book, girl. You just sent me a book. Thank you, Riri. And also thanks AmourFabriques for your support as well. But I love shouting her out. Y'all got to go over to her Etsy and her YouTube channel. So, no, you do. No, you do. Tina. All right, let's color this in pretty quick. Let me open a new jar. That other one's almost empty. Let's scrape that out. There we go. All right. Okay, let's see here. Let's get a medium-sized brush. What do I got over here? Maybe this one. Maybe this one. All right, we'll see. One of these two. All right, let's see. Let's just start over here. And I'll probably just paint both. I'll get a bigger brush to paint this whole side black. But, then we can do octopi in space. We can have stars and nebula and planets. Okay, so let me just do a minute here. If y'all have any questions or caps, put it in caps and I'll try to catch it. Thanks again, everybody, for being here. And thanks for wishing Logan a happy birthday this morning when he and Dan were here. Annie was here, too. She didn't want to be on camera. But she did say hi. She did come in and say hi. So they should be at the airport and hopefully checked in shortly. Back to LA, which I'm glad there's nothing going on near the airport, last I heard. So, yeah, keep the peace of our country in your prayers. All right, let's see. Go all the way around. Get the edges, because once I get the edges done, I don't need this wax paper. It's just on the edges, so I don't. Let's do that. Let's go around this edge. Devin, when I stopped in at Janet's to show her a picture on Monday, a lake picture, did I hear her say that your stream, is Riri still here? I mean, Riri. Devin, are you still here? Or Janet, can you tell me, did Devin change the time of her stream today? Yes. Thank you, Riri. Thank you, Riri. I think we all need to make a prayer pouch for the country. He is a cutie, isn't he, Tina? Yes, he's adorable. And he loves making his video movie productions. I've shown y'all some of them. All right, so there we go. Let's move that. Let's move this. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and kind of turn as I try to. I think I'm going to have to get a smaller brush. This one's going to be a little big for close-up work. So let me get a baby wipe. I always try to wipe out my brush before I put it in the water so it's not full of paint. You know, there's so much paint in there. If I can get most of the paint out before I put this in the water. All right, let's see. I might even, this brush might work. It's a nice pointy brush. Where's that other little one I had? Here it is. Yeah, I love an angle brush. Can't go wrong with an angle brush. Okay. Kat said yes today at 7 for Devin Rex for art. Her name's Yolande, but you know, I just like Cheshire Cat. Her name's Dar, but I call her Cat. That way y'all know who it is too, because if I said Yolande comes on at 7 p.m., y'all can go, who's that? But she goes by Devin Rex for art. So I want y'all to know, you know. So thanks, Kat. Let's see. Indicate time change. Okay, thanks, guys. All right, so let's see what I can do with this brush. This one may not. Oh, no, I'm not loving this one either. I'm going to make it work. So, yeah. Oh, no, there's a hair. Oh, my gosh. Hang on. Let me clean this brush out and get another one. I just need the right brush. You got to have the right tool for the job. All right. That one might work. Let's just go with this one. I can get a point on it. All righty. Hi, Riri. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. There we go. So, and if anybody else is streaming today and you want to put in your, you can't put a direct link, only the mods can do that, but you can talk about your channel or your stream, or you don't have to stream. You can say, you know, I got a channel. Like I saw a couple of new people that I'll go back and double check and follow them. As long as you got content. If you have a YouTube channel just to be, you know, so you can visit other people and no content, you know, I'm probably not going to follow you. No, not anything wrong with you. It's just that if you don't have anything for me to watch, you know what I mean? But if you want to share your channels, you can put the name of your channel or your name of your Instagram. Tina has another name too, but I can't type. Tomazuski. I can't say it. I have to. If I see it, I can read it. But if I don't see it written down, I can't say her last name. But Tina on Instagram is Catacomic64. So I don't know if I'm going to get all this done here. We'll make a start. Tomaszewski. Thank you, Tina. But yeah, if y'all want to, feel free to shout out your channel. If the mods like you and you're nice to the mods, sometimes they'll put in a link for you, but they're never required. My mods are never required to put in any links. Did y'all know that? They're just nice about it, putting in links to the, different things. And so that's why they're so awesome. But they're not required to put in any links. Ask Janet. Hi, Mama 4. Hi, Arlene. Anybody else I missed? I do go back and scrub through the chat to see if there's people I missed. Yeah, this is going to take a minute, so I'm probably not going to figure what time it says. Quarter till. It's a little early to leave, but, Hubster's not back from his errands. I guess I could work on it for a few minutes. But, yeah, so thanks everybody that said they missed me on Monday. That was sweet. I don't miss many streams. The good Lord willing. I try to be here twice a week. I used to stream 3 times a week. And it was just too much. 2 times isn't plenty. Y'all get tired of seeing me. Thanks, Tina. So yeah, I cut it back to, if I was making, other videos, like regular just videos, not streaming, then I probably wouldn't even stream twice a week. But I don't like making regular videos. I don't like editing, and I only like it when y'all are here. I only want to stream because y'all are here. This is my fun. This is not my job. You know what I mean? I'm retired. That's me and Janet going, we don't want another job. We worked all our lives. This is our playtime, right, Janet? Janet probably just went back to bed. I'm just kidding. She's around here somewhere. So anyway, this can end up being, space behind him. I do want, where did I put my little telephone? Did I lose my telephone? Oh no. Oh, there it is. I don't want to lose it. I want him to be, I want this on here. So I want him to be holding the telephone. So let me put it up here so I don't lose it. Oh, because I want this to dry and everything. It'll be like E.T. Phone Home, but under the sea. Yeah, it was a lot, Tina, streaming 3 times a week. I figure I can get anything I need to say in 2. Hi, Debbie Epps. I said hi to Barbara. How can Octopus scroll on that phone? Yeah, that would be, I don't put a lot of text. I don't put a lot of text in my journals, but that would be a good one. How do I scroll this? Arlene, this will go in the Wingnut book, Arlene. But I think I'm going to use it. I might make this into one of the few that have text on the page. It's kind of flashed out again. It's the black. It goes from black because I got black and white here. It's like, what do I do? I got black and white. What do I focus on? It's funny that for most of us, those are not that vintage. Those phones are not that vintage. I think Hubster's here. So I guess I'll go ahead and leave. Go hang out with the Hubster the rest of the day. He's off all day. He goes back to work tomorrow, but he took off 3 days to, be with Annie and Dan and Logan. So of course the alarm's gonna go. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and quit, guys, so y'all can see where we're going with that. Let me just tack down the little glue stick here. I'm just going to just put a dab of glue stick on here just so it's handy for the next time we do this. So, all right, guys. Anything else going on? Nice mini bake. Yeah, a couple days. Well, he'll take a couple days off, probably around his birthday, Father's Day. Maybe. We'll see. But I do appreciate all y'all being here, especially when Logan was here and telling him happy birthday. Oh, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it wasn't. And CB, I know CB last week, she goes, is Logan going to be on stream? I went, no, they're coming in Sunday. So I don't stream on Sunday. We're going to the lake for 3 days. They got to go to the airport on Wednesday. So I don't think that I'll be able to. Oh, I had some mail. Oh, okay. Who's this from? Linda Rance. We'll open that up. I'm almost done. And I'll open my happy mail real quick. And then, so CB, I got to, they stopped by here on the way to the airport, which I did not think they were going to be able to do, but they did that time. Has any colleges that get checked in? Bud. I walked out the other room. Okay. All right. So let's see what Linda Rent sent here. Hubster checked my mail while I was out at the post office. Let's see. Oh, on June. Okay. Thanks. Okay. I wonder, do y'all want to do something? Janet, are you here? I'm going to wait. Oh, there she is. Janet. Should we do something for Tim? If y'all don't know, Linda takes care of her grown son, Tim, and his birthday is his 55th birthday is on June 27th. Y'all, what can we do? Should we do so? I can't have y'all. I'm not giving her address out. So, have you talked to Annie, Bud?
Nothing yet.
Okay.
I figure they're probably dropping their bags off now.
Yeah. Okay. So we can talk about it. Okay. So yeah, I want to do something for Tim. Thanks, Janet. We'll talk about it. Janet said. Janet and I love Tim. All right. So I guess I will head on out and let's see. Okay. Okay, Janet. Okay. Hi, Leona. Anybody else I missed? Y'all go back and watch the beginning if you want to see Logan and Dan, who stopped in stream first thing this morning. And we'll go. Oh, wait. Don't forget, there's always a conspiracy out there. My conspiracy chicken. Do I have something else? I thought I got something else. I'd love to be able to put that foot. I could probably adjust it so I could put this Bigfoot on the conspiracy chicken's foot. Okay, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your week. I don't know if I'll make it over to Devon's tonight, but she streams at 7 tonight. And y'all have a blessed rest of your week. And thanks again, everybody. I love y'all. Bye.